Well, there's the RV, and you see it's sitting out in the weather. It's been doing that now for 6 years, and I'm going to try to solve that. It's going to be a long process. The only place I got for it is where this building is, and in fact, there's another building, a small. I'll take it back here. Another shed back here. So these both these buildings have got to get moved, and it's been a heck of a project because there's been moving all kinds of stuff. It's a mess. It's got to empty two buildings, get all that stuff in a dry location, and then jack this up enough where a rollback can get under it. And we're going to move it actually to the far side of the yard, back over there. And then my goal is within this area pour a slab and have it it's going to be about a 45 by 16. I haven't pinned down the number yet, or the building size. And then we can back the RV down in here and keep it out of the weather, and then you drive out through the driveway. Now you may notice this is odd when I say this driveway, because this is our house. This is a rental house on this side. So that's why we're actually storing the RV on the rental house side, because our backyard, well, we don't have one. So I've already got a building too. So that is why everything is chaotic and disaster. Because all these shelves were full yesterday. We worked late, got all that stuff emptied. Still got more stuff. And of course, I got rental property and stuff, so I keep a lot of supplies, carpet and electrical and plumbing, fitting. Well, let me see how the mess looks like over here, where we temporarily moved all these supplies, paint supplies, electrical, plumbing, sink, wax rings, light bulbs, all kinds of goodies. So all that will go back into the building once we get it moved over to this side. That is the project. So we'll see how it progresses. It's going to take a good month and a half, 2 months probably, because they're like 10 weeks behind on building these buildings. And we'll see how it turns out. Well, as you can see, we're making a little more progress. These jacks are really awesome. 7,000 pound capacity. Got a little bit of leaning going on there. It's got me a little nervous. But I may have to get it up just a little bit more so the rollback can get under there. And I'll show you what's going on with the shed. I got it up some. I got to get it up at least 2 foot so I can get my trailer under it. Just getting it started. So I use those jacks the same way, jack up one end then the other. So my goal is to get this rolled out and then back in, take my ATV and my little trailer back under here and get a hold of the shed, and then pull that out and do some measurements and get a concrete slab, get another building. It'll be just wonderful someday. Just don't know how long it's going to take. Time will tell. Well, I thought it's time for a little update. We did scoot the building up here a little bit, but we've had the rain, so it's kind of messed us up. Got a lot of mud, and last night I jacked the building up good and high, about 2 foot. I got my trailer under it, so I'm about to try to strap it down and see if I can get this thing out of here. It's going to be tricky. It's going to be a tight squeeze getting between these two buildings, because I got to get it out and drive it down the street and over to that end. That's the project. Let's see if we can get it done. So here's what it looks like from inside the shed. I've got the trailer under here, and now I just got to lower it back down. I just don't know how this is all going to turn out, but I hope it'll turn out all right. So I've kind of done all this all by myself. It's taken a little while. You know, jacking up one corner a little bit more. So, but boy, these jacks are a lifesaver. So I'm gonna bring it back down onto the trailer. I may have to get me some clamps to, you know, that's the next thing, keeping the thing on the trailer, don't slide off. So, yep, I'm having fun today. Alright, I got it moving. I just don't know if it's going to fit. But I got it moving. Oops, don't break my leg. So, let's see how far, see if we can squeeze out this hole. Woohoo! Yep, that's going to be a tight squeeze. I just don't know if I'm going to make it or not. Yeah, I would say that's a little bit of a tight squeeze. So yeah, I got about an inch on this side. What have I got on this side? Yeah, a couple inches. Well, as long as it fits, that's all that matters. I just got to inch it out here and get it turned and get down the road with it.
Watch.
Tight squeeze. Move it from there over to the other side. Get out of the way, 9 toes. You'll be flat toes. Just gotta park it down in that hole. That's all we gotta do. Yep, tight fit. Tight fit. So we're getting it in there. Tight fit. Alright, getting ready for concrete. Put gravel down. Getting it formed up late before it gets dark. And I guess that's a transit. We're fixing to get everything square. Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, we'll have concrete. We got concrete. Sometimes
Still got something to hold in my system. I just wanted to get it off the bases. I had it around the bases to help me.
What were you wanting to measure? You wanted to measure the truss or what?
I will.
won't be long now.
Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful day.
Yep, got rain tomorrow, but
Yeah, we had rain tomorrow.
yeah, a chance of it.
Okay. We've had this week. We had a beautiful week to work. It wasn't just real hot.
The makings of an RV storage.
Got it.
Last truss going up.
Yeah, I don't like to see anybody hurt. This lighter down. just got it. Yeah. That's good. Don't. Yeah. Oh, I got my 4-inch one in. Don't work too good.
One of them away.
My inside of the ladder valve is kind of leaning out a little bit. Just as, and yeah, that's. Oh. Okay. How much?
Bubble wrap's going on, metal's going on.
How's it look?
In. Yeah, it looks like in more. Okay, that's right.
Bubble wrap is on. Metal is going on.
Thank you. Okay, you hang it right here.
As you can see, the roof is on, and we're starting. I went out and bought my metal locally because it was cheaper for me to. I save a little money this way, putting the metal on myself. A little extra work, but it's a little savings. So I got the metal here, and we're fixing to put it on. We got a few pieces on already. Got the door mounted. And I got me a door. It's actually a door designed for a mobile home. It's a universal door. Worked out real well. So we've got some metal on and a lot more to go. Okay, building update. So we got all this done. This wall is up. Door's in. We still got to put some trim around the door. Got all that framed in. Looks really nice. That's what it's supposed to do. Maybe a nice row of shelves in there eventually. Going to start on this side today. Got metal laid out. But I had a little bit of a snag. Can you see how this works? That's kind of sort of like a drip edge. It keeps the water, it rolls it over the edge of the concrete so it don't get inside the building. But when I get into this back wall, we have to frame up this back wall. Okay, hopefully we can get that done today. But we're expecting some wind, so that might give us some trouble with that metal. But it's with this. My concrete's a little bit longer, I guess, than it should be. So using this regular type of drip edge, I know that's not the technical word for it, that's not going to work back here. So I had some leftover cornering that we use on some roof jobs. So I'm going to use this and then bend it over. And then that way, after the metal is on, I'll bend that down over the concrete. And there's no way water can get up in there because this is the worst side on the back side where the weather will blow in on it. So I want to make sure I got something to keep water from getting on the back side. So I got some treated 2x4s to put down there and some big long 2x4s to go up to the top. So we have something to screw the metal to. So it won't be long, we'll have all this on the roof. And I think it's going to we have to special order the door. I'm getting a garage door put in. Rough opening is going to be 12'8". RV is about 12'2", 12'3", so she'll just fit. And well, I'm glad to finally be getting around to this. I should have done it a long time ago, because you can see the RV here. It's just getting weathered really bad, getting dull. In fact, I'm about to put a wrap job on it to try to bring it back, because the fiberglass is just done. Paint's still good, but the fiberglass has seen its better days. It's a 2005 model, and I'm not one much for waxing. Never had the time or patience for it, and so that's what happens, I guess, if you don't keep them waxed. So That's probably a better thing to do. So lesson learned, so now we'll get a wrap on it, get it looking better. Well, here's today's update. We got the wood framing done on the back wall. Anchor this, the treated 2x4 down to the concrete screws. Added some brackets to the 2x4s. And them all the way up with more brackets up here to the top. That's a long way up there. And if the rain will hold off, we might get some metal on today. That's the hope. Get this boxed in. That'd be great. And we're done. Got all of our metal on the back side. Get it all closed up. Okay, it's another day, so another update. And I got me some more gravel so I can make my little area to get out when I need to. The RV, not get hung up in the mud. Cause I think I showed you where we got metal all the way around all three sides now. Got the trim on the back. And when I first got, because it started out as a carport, then I enclosed it. And then I decided I didn't know for sure if I could get a garage door to work because of its height and clearance issues. So Somerset Burnside garage door, they came out here and measured everything real well, so we can get a door in here. And so then I went back to Handyport and told them what I want to do, because trying to decide on whether to frame it up out of wood or use metal. So they welded me up everything I needed to make it out of metal. You saw these pieces, so that should go in fairly easy, hopefully. So that's my next project, to get that framed in, and the doors to be here in about 5 days. I'll be ready to install it. I got me a few shelves put in here. Nice long row of shelves. That's going to be handy. And there's the side view. So let's get doing a little frame in here. Guess that'll be the next project. Okay, it's time to strategize a little bit. So here's some of my parts I got to use to get all this put together. Here's my schematic. Here's my dimensions I got to end up with. I need 12'9" from that top beam, top header I guess you call it, metal header, to the concrete. The problem is I'm working by myself today and I got to get that up there. So I got me some brackets there. You see those big brackets. I'm going to get up on the ladder and screw those brackets up there. Then hopefully I can hoist the beam up to one side, then come over to the other. And I don't know. I'm just going to wing it, see if I can't figure it out and get this in place. So here we go. Let's try it. Well, I was able to get it up there, but it was tricky and a little scary. But we got it by myself. I was able to do it by myself. So got that up there, and I got to do some careful measurements, then take it back down, cut it, and then put it back up again. Yay! Lots of fun today. Okay, thought I'd show you here a close-up shot of what I'm doing, because I'm doing this by myself. You can see what I've done here. I've kind of boxed this in where I could hoist it up there and get it where it won't fall out. So I cut the support, and then I'll put a strap on the back and a strap on the front, and you can see it kind of telescopes in with this piece. I'm going to slide it through, and then I'll get everything anchored up. But once I get it fine-tuned and get my measurements just right. So now I just got to go to the other side and kind of do the same thing. Okay, well, I got the framing all done and did it by myself. It wasn't too bad. Just have to get creative and be careful on that tall ladder. So the garage door is framed. It'll be here Friday. Get that in and finish putting a little metal around it, some trim, and we'll have this buttoned up. Had a big rain last night and everything did okay. There's no leaks in the building, so that's a good thing. I didn't expect there would be. So they did a good job putting it up. So hopefully we'll get a garage door Friday and we'll see how it looks. Well, you can hear the rain coming down. The garage door is going to be here this morning. I've got it all framed up, ready for him. RV's not in here now, so it sure looks big without the RV. But that RV fills it up quick. So by the end of the day, we'll have a door. Yay! Going up fast. Won't take them long. Well, everything's almost done. You can see we got the garage door all up. And we're putting on some metal here. Today, kind of running out of light. Getting that, we just got the one more piece to put the top. And I'm fixing to put some trim up around the door. Get that wrapped up. I had a little bit of an issue, but I got it solved. I was getting a little bit of water on the back side, and I'll show you what I had to do. So getting some water coming in under here. And you can see the back side of this metal. I'll show you what I made. Walk around here to the other side. Because normally you use stuff like this. I think it's called angle something. I forgot. Base angle base. I think that's the word for it. But it's we poured the concrete slab just a hair long, which is better than a hair short. And so the base angle, this wouldn't really work so good. So what I did, I took some leftover corner. This here is leftover corner piece, but I went and had it bent. Cut one piece off and bent it, and then cut this piece off and bent it back this way, so I could use it as like Super Duty base angle. So it goes up and under. So now any water that comes off this back side will hit this and run off, and there's no possible way it can get back up underneath my building, because you can see the concrete comes out a little bit long on this side. So that's what we got done there. So all in all, just about to get everything all finished up. Oh yeah, I was want to talk about, because this building is built by Handyport here in Nancy, Kentucky. Actually, this building here beside of it is also a Handyport. I probably bought it a good 10 years ago. They installed it for us, and it's done a great job for us. And you can even see here, I even put a loft in. You see, if you get them a little bit extra tall, I think it maybe has 13, 14 feet walls, then it gives you the ability to put in a loft and give you a whole lot more storage. So I can climb up there and put in, I got a full floor, so I can store all kinds of extra stuff in this building. But as much crap as I got, I was fitting to get filled up, and I was needing room for the RV, so I got another building from them. So I really like it. This is doing a great job after all these years. And I've almost got this one all finished up too. Because on this one, I let them do it complete. From start to finish, they put everything, the metal and all. This one, I was trying to save myself a little bit of money, where I put the metal on myself. But it's been a lot of work, especially you try to put metal up high. It is not easy. So check your skill level if you want to do something like that yourself. And I also like the fact that they use those square posts, because I know they offer them also with a round post. But I like those square posts because of the way you can mount shelf brackets to them and add shelving. And I think it's probably just a little bit stronger would be my guess. And I think these are called snow trusses. And we had a huge snow here a couple of years ago. Of course, that was, even on this big building. Of course, didn't have any problems whatsoever. I forget, it was like 18 at 20 at snow. But didn't give a problem whatsoever. So hopefully one more day and we have this all wrapped up and get the RV back in here. Alright, well, it's been almost 3 years now. You can see the building still standing, no leaks, works great. See, we got Pooh up there watching over us. We need the Pooh. We call it the Pooh house because we call our RV is Pooh for short. And then you see Pooh up in the window. But you can see I'm getting it full too. Don't take long. One thing I wanted to show is these cool lights I put in. I'm gonna do a quick walk around. And you see how nice, clean, I can keep the RV now. This is a new wrap. It's got a good shine to it. And walk around. All my junk, pardon my junk. All the lights. I got my little scaffolding rigged up here. Got my foam bumpers so I don't hurt the RV. So I can get up here and wax, clean, reseal stuff, whatever I need to do. If it's raining, snowing, it don't matter to me. But these lights are really cool. These strands I got at Harbor Freight. I think I got 4 strands. Each strand holds 12 bulbs. So I got 48 bulbs lighting up this building for a total, each bulb was 8.5 watts. I'm doing, I think, 408 watts total usage to light this building up. So it's a pretty sweet deal if you want to light a building quick. You see, I just use the strands, and you can see where is it at for what you can see where I tied it together. There's where I plugged one into another. Just tie them and use string to tie them up to the rafters, and makes for a really quick wiring job. And I've never had to change a bulb yet, so that's worked out really well. So I just wish I'd done this sooner. I could have kept the RV in better shape. It really makes a big difference keeping it out of the weather. So I guess I'm about ready to wrap this up. Oh, one last thing. You can see it's kind of a tight squeeze. If I stand right in front of the RV, see we kind of got a zigzag we got to do to kind of get in and out. And I really wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it before I poured the slab and built the building. I'll show you how I figured that out. I guess here's another shot from far away. You can see, remember it just started out as a carport. We just enclosed it, put a garage door in it. It really makes for an awesome building. Okay, you see what I used. I got me some grid paper. Here's my building, 1845 by 13. You know, each little square represents 1 foot. We got the house up here that's sort of in the way because I didn't know for sure if I could wiggle the RV in there before we went to all this work. I wanted to make sure I could do this. So here's another piece of paper that represents the RV, 38 by 9. So with this, I knew for sure I'd be able to drive the RV in, just take it in at a slight angle, you know, clear the house, then straighten up, and then back it right in. And we've been doing that now for almost 3 years. Works out great. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Build your RV storage building today. See ya. Bye.